Hi everyone, welcome to Tina Hoy's Art. Today I'm going to be taking you through the step-by-step process for this spread. It's made in my handmade journal. If you're new here, hit subscribe and hope you enjoy the process. So let's get started. The page is primed with gesso and I'm selecting the stencil for the first layer, so for the background layer. Deciding on placement and how I'm going to work it in with that cutout from day 75. Now here you can see I'm using Tim Holtz Distress ink rather than paint. I wanted that soft look. I didn't want the stencil to overpower the page, so it's just a nice soft first layer that I'm applying with a makeup sponge. Now I love makeup sponges. They provide a softness to the page. They're very, easy to use and they're very inexpensive. So I'm just using that sponge very lightly, avoiding the edges, so kind of pinch it and curve it where it's the applicator hits the page so you don't get a rough, straight edge from the sponge. So I'm gonna go along and work it around the image that I already had existing on the page, and then bring it together, connecting the left page to the right page with this stencil. So that will be my unifying image, unifying both those pages, okay? Now here you see me, I'm bringing back that stencil and I'm going to incorporate some texture paste with the same stencil to add some depth and variety to the page. Now the page is dry and I've selected my paint colors. Now again, I have that cutout to deal with on this spread and I want to incorporate that and select colors that will, work together with that cutout. So a lot of purples and the greens, the yellows, that sort of thing. So that's what I was going with here. And again, I'm using my makeup sponge and lightly in circular motions going over the texture paste of the stencil and various parts of the stencil. Now there's no plan in mind. I just look around and see where it needs color and I go with it. So you're gonna see me doing that. I'm also gonna be using my fingers a lot, so this sponge will stop eventually. And now I'm reaching for my favorite tool in the toolbox is my baby wipe. I'm wiping things off, just softening the corners. You're gonna see me use it a lot because I didn't like the way the color turned out, or I wanted less color in some places and I wanted to apply a different color. So I use the baby wipe a lot. So that's what I'm rubbing with when you see that. All right, so I'll let the video play and jump in when I need to. Now here you're going to see me turning the book a lot. I tend to do that just to get a different perspective of the page and what my next step should be. Is there something missing? So you get a different perspective when you keep turning the page. So I do that a lot. I tend to turn the page a lot. I tend to stop and step back, go grab a coffee, take a picture or two, see how it looks through the lens with a different perspective. Okay, so try that. It does help. Coming up, you're gonna see me grab something and spray it on the page. I just have a little spritzer of water, and I use that just to get different layers of paint on the page. Okay, so I just squirt just a little bit on there and work with the paint to get it, lighter and darker kind of thing. So here you're going to see me erasing a lot. I'm doing this for the next little bit. So I had a change of heart, I guess. Didn't like the color, the amount of color, the location of the color, or whatever it was. I had to take it off the page apparently. So here I am, and that's what I'm doing. And you're going to see, and later on I do add more paint, and I add some purple in there and make some marks. Now the next step, I stop painting for a while and think about what am I going to do next. So I pick up some foliage that I cut out from another piece of paper that I had to the side there, and I'm playing around with its placement. I'm deciding whether I like the idea at all. Do I work it in as a focal point? So those are the thoughts that are going through my mind right now. In the end, I decided that that photo was just, it didn't go with the page that I was working on, didn't, go with the colors. So I decided to cut out some new leaves in plain white and doodle over them with my black markers. And I think that worked out really well in the end. That was it. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you here again for next tutorial. Thanks.